In the 70s of the 20th century, the trilogy Ali Frazier excited the boxing community.
It will be a thriller and a chiller and a killer when I get the griller in Manila.
I know, yeah.
The confrontation between Muhammad and Joe was compared with the legendary thriller of the 40s, Rocky Graziano and Tony Zale. The excitement, the screams of the crowd, fierce battles, mutual enmity, and drama in the ring. 3 fights between Ali and Frazier became the personification of the golden era of the heavyweight. However, not all is so simple. All great confrontations are held in the name of one particular fighter, and the second only receives a share of the glory at the expense of the first. He is at the right time in the right place. Such a fighter was Joe Frazier.
I want to make one prediction. I'm not calling around. I predict that when I meet Joe Frazier, this will be like a good amateur fighting a real professional. This will be like a kid out of the Olympics meeting the fastest heavyweight champion that ever lived.
A number of near-boxing reasons led to the fact that Joe was an uncomfortable opponent for Ali. These moments allowed Frazier to snatch a piece of the fame from the greatest achievements of the legendary counterpart. Almost all enchanting duologies, trilogies, and tetralogies became popular due to a number of circumstances outside the ring. But was Smokey Joe really so great, or was he simply at the right time and the right place? We'll talk about this today. So let's go back to the distant 70s and turn our eyes to the events of those years. In 1967, Cassius Clay left the world ring as a world champion. The dark-skinned young man refused to join the U.S. Army, for which he was deprived of the opportunity to conduct battles. Clay received massive support among the black population of America. His popularity grew every day. Cassius's motives are transparent. The legendary champion did not want to satisfy the leadership's ambitions and live by the order. He was a bright, creative personality and took with hostility any attempt on his freedom.
My intention is to box to win a clean fight. But in war, the intention is to kill, and continue killing innocent people.
For a long 3.5 years, the boxing world has lost the opportunity to contemplate a young genius. Clay, who turned into Muhammad Ali, became the herald of the American people. The heavyweight king moved away from boxing. Ali spent time in expensive restaurants, at social events, met beautiful women and interesting people from the world of both politics and business. Several years outside the ring negatively affected his phenomenal reflexes. He lost the ability to flutter like a butterfly while maintaining the ability to sting like a bee. During the absence of the hegemon, both titles, WBA and WBC, were captured by Joe Frazier. Joe, like Muhammad, became the winner of the Olympics, but he was not a star in the professional ring. Frazier miraculously avoided early defeat in a first fight with Oscar Bonavena and looked weak in fights with George Johnson and Buster Mathis. Joe's managers refused to participate in the WBA tournament and chose a short way to the title fight. In 1970, after a series of victories, Frazier fought with the current WBA title holder, Jimmy Ellis. At stake was the vacant WBC title. Ali officially refused the World Boxing Council belt only at the beginning of 1970. Joe defeated the bold but small heavyweight Ellis and became the new leader in the royal weight. Not such a leader America dreamed of. The audience loved Ali. Frazier would be recognized as a champion only after defeating the greatest. Their fight was inevitable, and it happened at the right time for Joe. Ali returned to the ring. The unconvincing victories over Oscar Bonavena and Jerry Quarry clearly showed Muhammad's unpreparedness for big fights. He did not have the time to dump the rust of a 3-year downtime. His name did possess fantastic magic. Ali was a favorite against any fighter. But Frazier was in great shape. It was his time, and he took maximum advantage of the moment. Joe was lucky. Enormous media attention was riveted to the fight, but everyone was not looking at him, but instead looking at Ali. Frazier masterfully completed his work and defeated Muhammad. On March 8, 1971, Ali began a great fight. His stamina left much to be desired. In preparation for the battle, Muhammad spent more time on publicity than he did in the gym. Frazier grabbed the lead with 4 rounds. The soldiers showered each other with blows. The initiative passed from hand to hand. The 15th round was the most decisive one. Joe sent Muhammad to the floor with a crown left side. Ali got up and withstood the assault, but lost the round and with it, the fight. Joe's triumph did not last long. He was destroyed by George Foreman. Ali did not admit defeat to Frazier. He publicly stated in the media that the judicial verdict is a white man's decision. Faithful fans of the greatest agreed with his arguments and were ready to follow him even to the ends of the world. Ali did drop the rust, but he did not become better than before his downtime. The greatest has evolved from super talent into a mature and experienced fighter. He was ready to fight with the monster Foreman, but an unexpected defeat at the hands of Ken Norton pushed back the long-awaited title chance. Muhammad took revenge from Ken and went to his longtime rival, Joe Frazier. The two former champions were to determine the next victim of the terrible George Foreman. On January 28, 1974, Ali calmly and routinely defeated Frazier.
Ali covering up while Joe flails away, and Ali got in a good right to the... Quickly, Joe came at Ali, who's in his own corner, and that...
Eddie Fuchs, Joe's trainer, complained about Muhammad's actions. The greatest used too many clinches, 133 in 12 rounds of battle. The tactics worked against Frazier. Ali clearly showed who was the strongest heavyweight.
Joe again. Ali jabbing and then with Ali trying to keep distance now and use his weapon, the left. Frazier appeared to be coming on strongly in round 7 with that early left. It'll be no contest, Ali said. A professional. And Ali is on his toes. Crowd beginning to scream as they realize the countdown.
The winner by unanimous decision is Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali has won the fight on a unanimous decision.
The formidable Foreman remained, but he capitulated in the 8th round of the famous The Rumble in the Jungle.
Another sneaky right hand. This time he worked over the shoulder of Foreman. It's the combination.
Ali officially returned to the status of the best boxer in the world.
George Foreman.
But what about the friction between Ali and Frazier? It was billed the Thriller in Manila, the fight of the century. Don King did not make much of an effort to promote the battle. Any appearance of Ali in itself created a stir and interest in the eyes of the public. But by the time of the 3rd battle with Frazier, Ali had become a legend during his lifetime. He defeated his rivals in the old heat and did not get better. Before the 3rd fight with Joe, Muhammad was not engaged in training, but in more important matters. Ali introduced Veronica Porsche, his mistress, as his wife. The media tirelessly followed the boxer, and the information became well known. The champion's legal wife, Lani Ali, didn't really like this moment. While Muhammad dealt with his women, Joe prepared like the devil. He and his headquarters were shut off from the media and were busy preparing. Ali engaged in much trash talk. The champion announced that he was going to Manila in order to get a gorilla, alluding to Joe.
This fight will be much easier. He will be easier to hit. He will not be as much trouble or as awkward as Oscar Bonavino. Joe Frazier, this will go down. I predict that the fans will be angry. They'll be mad at the critics. They'll be mad at the experts for misleading them so much.
He's going way back in the time of, let's say, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? This is the day, man. You understand?
I just whooped
You're not
Bonavino.
fighting Glory. You're not fighting Oscar Bonavino. You're not fighting Sonny Liston. You fighting Joe Frazier.
Everybody knows that's not the point.
That's the point.
Joe, what's your prediction?
My predict the fight wouldn't go to distance.
Oh, won't
I'll
go the
stop
distance.
it.
Stop me.
You.
How soon? What round?
Look,
Don't let him obligate
1
you.
to
He's
10,
agitated.
you be
He's
out
agitated.
there. I wouldn't have bet you to be out there.
The opponent's words angered Frazier. He gave the best performance in his career, and Ali, as in their first battle, was completely unprepared for a protracted fight. On October 1st, 1975, fighters presented the public with a bloody spectacle. They beat each other. Before the final stretch of the battle, both coaches planned to end the meeting. The first to do this was Eddie Fuchs, Joe's mentor. By the time of the decisive round, his boxer was in fact blind. Ali won a legendary victory by being beaten and almost suffocating in a break after round 14. The Ali-Frazier trilogy is the case when one boxer took advantage of the fame of another. Muhammad was always better than Joe. Circumstances and neglect of preparation led to two close battles. The first and the third battles became the apotheosis of their confrontation. Nobody remembers the second. But it was precisely then, in a non-title revenge, that Ali showed his true strength and superiority. In other cases, time was on Joe's side. He gave his best performance in his career, and his counterpart was not 100% ready for the prolonged battles. Is it Joe's fault? No. He just ended up at the right time at the right place and took advantage of Ali's fame. But no one could ever replace Muhammad. He made himself, became a person and a legend, not relying on the name of the opponent. Only truly great people and athletes are capable of such an action. Frazier is just one of Ali's rivals. For several reasons, he tore a piece of fame from his legendary rival. Their story became possible thanks to the name of Cassius Clay. Even the sun is not capable of overshadowing it. There is Ali, and there are other fighters. Legend in the ring, and a great personality beyond. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for new episodes about the great legends of the past.